Hi, I'm Omar.
And I'm Mia.
If you're like us, you're broke, which means you've probably canceled your cable and instead you're watching Netflix Instant Watch as your main source of entertainment.
But the Netflix Instant Watch selection is huge and it can be really overwhelming to decide what you want to watch, which is why we created this video series.
Now, it used to be called Top 5 Friday, but most of our friends got confused and didn't know that it was only Netflix Instant Watch titles, so we've changed the title to, hey, that's on Netflix Instant Watch.
It is the same concept as before. Every Friday we're going to tell you our top 5 favorite things to watch on Netflix Instant Watch based on a viewer profile.
This week's viewer profile is recently unemployed Sci-Fi Geek. Now, how do you know if you're a recently unemployed Sci-Fi Geek? You've spent your remaining money on sci-fi merchandise.
Hey, check it out! I got a new Dalek poster.
Oh, that'll look great next to our Dalek poster. You've dedicated more brain power to memorizing the specific details of this fictitious sci-fi universe than actually looking for a job. And after a certain period of time, you start to believe that these shows are actually real.
Doesn't matter, you're not going to remember this fight anyways. Totally retcon to that beer.
You're not in the show Torchwood.
How do you know about Torchwood? So, without further ado, here's our list.
Number 5 on our list is Battlestar Galactica. This show, brought to us by Ronald D. Moore, is about humans, or what's left of them, fighting the Cylons and traveling through space looking for Earth. Now, when most people hear Cylons, or robots, or Battlestar Galactica, they think of cheesy sci-fi, but really this is one of the best dramas written in the history of television. And what I love about the show so much, aside from the fact that it's character-based and has some of the best development, is that when you start to talk about the last episode of this series and how it...
Wait, oh no, don't tell me what the last episode is.
You recognize that you are in an elite group of people who have finished Battlestar Galactica and therefore are able to talk about it.
Number 4 on our list is the Twilight Zone. The original Twilight Zone, unlike Battlestar Galactica, is not character-based or serialized, so you can pretty much jump in anytime. What's really cool about Twilight Zone is that a lot of the issues that they address are actually still really relevant today, and it was way ahead of its time. Couldn't ask for a more perfect show, although my one beef about Twilight Zone is that the first half of the episode is always way better than the second half, because the first half you're like, whoa, it's crazy, what's going on in the Twilight Zone? And then for whatever reason in the second half, they feel obliged to explain in detail exactly what was going on in the first half, but that's the only bad thing.
Number 3 on our list is Firefly. Firefly is a space western brought to us by the brilliant mind of Joss Whedon. There are so many inside jokes and great action sequences that there's an entire community built around this show. In fact, if you go to WonderCon or Comic-Con or you're just walking down the street and you bump into a brown coat, chances are you're both going to start singing the theme song. There's
another one of Joss Whedon's sci-fi shows available on Netflix Instant Watch that we thought about including but didn't, which was Dollhouse.
Yeah, we didn't want to mention Dollhouse right next to Firefly because if you're unemployed and you watch Firefly, this is how you feel.
Wow, that was a really good show. You ready for your job interview?
Yeah, I feel really confident about myself. Whereas when you finish Dollhouse, this is how you feel.
Wow, that was a really good show. So are you ready for your job interview?
I don't think I like people anymore.
Number 2 is Star Trek. Almost every incarnation of Star Trek is on Netflix Instant Watch, but I'm a Next Generation gal personally, and it's probably the most accessible, so you should watch that if you want to try to get into it. I might be a little biased because I'm just like flat out in love with Data. He's the coolest.
I like Geordi because he taught me how to read when I was a kid. And number 1 on our list is Doctor Who.
Doctor Who is about a time-traveling alien who looks like a human. He's played by a human actor, and he travels through space and time in his cool spaceship with a human companion, saving the world from monsters and aliens like a badass.
I don't think any other sci-fi show on our list is as fun and as
swashbuckling
and as charming as Doctor Who.
There's actually also some old Doctor Who episodes on Netflix Instant Watch that you could check out and see what it was all about back in the day. But if you're just getting into it, there's some really good new episodes to start you out and ease you into it, like Blink. Check that out.
So that's our list.
It's so hard for us to cut this list short because we are major sci-fi geeks, so let us know what your favorite sci-fi shows are in the comments below.
Did we forget to mention Blake 7 or Red Dwarf, and are you really angry about it?
You couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I watched it with my dad.
So tune in again next week for our newly titled, Hey, That's on Netflix Instant Watch. We will be celebrating the release of the Avengers movie and celebrating the ultimate Broke Geek holiday, Free Comic Book Day. You can also follow us or tweet at us on Twitter. We also have a blog that you can check for reviews throughout the week. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more episodes of stuff that we're gonna come out with soon.
And really quickly, last week we mentioned Fraggle Rock, and we found out while we were moving in that we actually have a Fraggle Rock comic and bookmark.
We're going to have a giveaway contest. We're going to call it the Omar and Mia just moved into a studio apartment and don't have room for all of their stuff, so they need to get rid of it contest. Check out our blog for more details on how you can get these amazing things that we paid no money for.
And we will sign them. Alright, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.